to live in different parts of our planet. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss new releases. Hello, people in their majority strive to live in favorable conditions on our planet. There are many natural areas that are fascinating in their indescribable beauty. But there are also places that are off the scale. But people live there quietly and have long adapted to all the difficulties. In this issue you will find a selection of amazing places. Przemyśl Castle in Slovenia is the unique largest cave castle in the world. The castle is literally built into the mountain range at a height of 123 meters, which makes it not only an impregnable fortress but also a beautiful architectural structure. In addition, the castle has both living rooms and the entire labyrinth of passages carved into the rock. Greece, the center of Orthodox monasticism and a country with a rich history, part of which the monastery's meteor puckered by time, rocks up to 600 meters above sea level, on the tops of which is an ancient monastery. A true miracle between heaven and earth, religious life in this place was born in the 11th century and operated 24 monasteries. Now there are only 6. In Italy, there is a unique residential complex Bosco, the distinctive feature of which was the covering of the outer walls with plants and trees, giving them the appearance of an unusual forest. There are a total of 900 trees, many shrubs and various plants growing on the 2 high-rises, and such an amazing urban ecosystem is inhabited by birds and insects. La Rinconada, one of the most inaccessible and mountainous cities in the world, which are located in the Peruvian Andes. It is known not only for its location, but also for the many gold mines where most residents work. The climate here is harsh, oxygen is scarce, and the sanitary situation is difficult. But worst of all, the air contains a lot of mercury. There are people who lack magic in this world. Maybe that's why they choose things that seem to come off the pages of fairy tales. For example, houses in the form of a shoe. The most famous such building is the Heinz House in Pennsylvania. Inside the boot house is very comfortable and cozy. There is a living room, bathroom, a couple of bedrooms, and a kitchen. On the outskirts of Cairo is the creepy neighborhood of Menchiat Nasir, the so-called city of garbage men. Mostly here live outcasts doomed to spend their lives doing the dirtiest jobs and even passing this fate on to their children. The entire area exists by collecting and recycling garbage, and that as about 250 people. Fanjing Mountain in southwestern China is considered a sacred Buddhist site. You have to climb 80 steps to get here. It is also called the Golden Peak of the Red Cloud. And it impresses with the splendor of nature around. At the top of the mountain there are 2 temples separated by a narrow gorge, over which a large stone bridge was built. One of the main attractions of Florence can safely be called the Ponte Vecchio Bridge. Many believe that from the peculiarities of architecture on the Ponte, the feeling of the bridge does not exist at all, because there are many souvenir shops and even a picture gallery. The stores that stretch on both sides of the bridge in its center give way to an observation deck with a beautiful view of the river. Sentinel de las Bodegas is a place where you can escape from the hustle and bustle of the city and experience a unique atmosphere. The city is not just built in the mountains like many others, but is located directly in the canyon, cut by the river Treya. That is why it is often called the city of roofs and cliffs. Many houses here are built in rock scales and caves due to the addition of external walls. High on the cliffs of Mount Montebaldo in Italy is an ancient monastery, the sanctuary of Our Lady of the Crown, which seems to hang between heaven and earth and is fascinating in its beauty, is believed to have been settled by hermit monks on these rocks in the 11th century. Construction of the temple began much later, and only in the mid-20th century did it acquire its present unforgettable appearance. In the southern part of Tunisia there is one of the most unusual settlements on earth, the cave town of Matmata. According to legend, people began to build such underground houses here to escape the invaders. No burning sun, they were created by carving round holes in the ground and lining them with stone, and the rooms were connected by tunnels. The abundance of plastic waste in water bodies is one of the environmental problems of mankind. An unconventional solution was proposed by the British artist Richard Hull. He built a floating island out of discarded plastic bottles, treated so as not to pollute the water. It took him 3 attempts and the help of environmental activists. However, he achieved his goal. Now he lives on an island 25 meters in diameter in the resort of Isla Mujeres. He has rid the coast of a total of 250 discarded plastic bottles. Interesting features of Lake Titicaca are the floating islands on which the Indians have lived for hundreds of years. They build their amazing islands out of dried reeds, which is also the main building material for the construction of houses. There are now more than 80 artificial islands on the lake, each run by a family clan. You can imagine living on the edge of a precipice. The people of the French town of Basel can tell you how it is. The canyon on the edge of which the city is located is 400 meters wide and 100 meters deep. The unusual topography was once a natural defensive structure for Basel. It is now home to at least 30 people, has preserved many examples of ancient architecture, and is surrounded by stunning nature. Slab City is located in the Colorado Desert, in southeastern California, 170 miles from Los Angeles and an hour from the Mexican border. Beginning in 1965, Slab City began to attract those who chose absolute freedom or were rejected by society. Hippies, homeless people, criminals, retirees, people for whom personal freedom and living in it were a priority. Today, Slab City has become home to several generations. About 150 people live here year-round. Most of the residents leave for the summer, as it gets unbearably hot in the desert. And about 1,500 people come here for the winter, usually in their trailers. Thank you for watching this video. If you found my video interesting and want to know more about my adventures, please like the Web TV channel and subscribe to it. You can also leave a comment and leave a review. See you, bye-bye.